What's going on, guys? And how's all my operatives doing out there? Guys, this is kind of a live stream, so I'm probably going to edit this down for video format for YouTube so you guys can kind of go over, because we're going to have a little detail and discussion afterwards. Like, I mean, this new kill team coming out, I mean, this is why we're doing this right now, is because I'm excited to generally see this in the reveals, because it's actually kind of interesting, because where they say we see a lot more kind of games coming out that they're refining. And like, it's kind of sad because we also see things like Underworlds is coming under attack, which I generally feel bad about, because like Underworlds, you know, like didn't get any news. I was actually doing some backpedaling through Underworlds to kind of figure out if I could find like anything really cool where I was like, dude, like, you know, like what happened to Underworlds? And I think like during this Nova release that kind of sparked it, that I think is interesting, is that like it brought like Underworlds back up, and somebody was like, hey, is Underworlds dead? Please let me know. Like if it's dead, I'll just, you know, accept it. And I was like, oh, dude, that's like a sentiment in our community. Like, just stop messing with us in that, like, that part of that Warhammer GW world. Like, come on, man, give us for something. Give me something for Underworld.
Give me what I want. You know what I want. I've been asking for it for years. You're gonna give me what I want, or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love.
Blood Bowl, I don't know. I just recently started playing, so like that's one I'm intrigued generally to see Blood Bowl and see like how Blood Bowl is, like what we're generally looking at, because to me Blood Bowl is actually a really cool game. If you guys have never played it, it kind of carries in some assets some of the narrative of Kill Team, like I was saying earlier, is because it's about a progressiveness. Like if a character gets hurt in the game, that character is generally like carrying wounds and damage, limps, and they can't do certain things in like certain games, and like it makes it harder to make your achievement, you know, become possible. So like you suffer damages over team, so like, it kind of teaches you how to play kind of teaches you how to be playing more conservative. I mean, like if you look at the cat right here, yeah, that one, I feel like he's my permanent co-star, since the first video of me like talking like this literally had him just like sitting there in the back. You're just like, seriously? I didn't even notice him. I literally was focused on editing the reel. I was like, the cat's like sitting right there. I feel that AOS reveal will be Spearhead, which I'm excited about, because I actually have the, so it turned out that Soul Blight team that I was like, oh, I don't ever think I'll play with them. Turns out they're the new Spearhead Soul Blight team, and I was like, oh, well, I'm already in the game. So I sold off my Stormcast, and then ended up going to my local store. And my local store was actually really cool. If you guys have never been to them, War Room Games, they're actually really cool store. And I like to support all the stores in our area, but like these guys have always been really cool and supportive about a lot of stuff, and I really appreciate it. And so like the big part is like at the end of the day, I traded in some of my Stormcast that I got from my Dominion box, and I have my Soul Blight team. So I'm like, okay, cool. I pivoted what I had to what I needed, and now like it saves that money. Like, and that's the kind of cool thing I do like about 40K, is like you can, you know, like sell off your like, you know, your gray matter when you need to, because like some of the teams, like you may get amped up. See, this is the other thing too. These preview shows are like crack. Swear to God, people see stuff and they get all amped up and they grab their money and they're ready to shove it to buy something. Even if they don't play the game. I've seen people buy it and be like, I just like the sculpt. I'm like, yeah, dude. Who wouldn't like a sculpt like that? That shit's, you know, like dope. Not a lot of people can be like on a live moment. Like I know with the internet, everyone can be everywhere on their phone, but to kind of have that shared experience is always what I always liked about these previews, because like you can have reactions to it and be like, yeah! You know, you get amped up about it. Woo! What? God damn, some people. This, I bet you broke this. We're gonna see. I'm gonna just go back later and just show that Reddit just went crazy with this.
Maybe they drink a little bit too much. It goes a little bit wrong, and it might.
They're gonna be like, oh,
dude, is gonna want to pick bro, to add a little.
I want to play Chaos
to their Chaos Dwarf roster.
No, actually, I'm gonna be my Edgelord. I'm gonna go over vampires.
They're really strong.
There's obviously some new tactics in the offing for the
Chaos Dwarfs.
Jay, what can we expect to see?
Maybe I just reacted going like, well, that sounds all broken, but like when we get to the teams, like I'm sure they play tested enough to know that like they didn't want to like dump a team that's just gonna off scale everything, you know. All right, so it looks like they're gonna reveal the next thing. Let's go over there and see what they want.
So Ben, it's obviously been a really big year for Age of Sigmar. What are the highlights been for you?
I've owned
I think the highlights
an
for me
AOS
is the
Goblin
Dawnbringer
Army
and Crusade,
since AOS
and those build-up
released
books
them.
that took us into Scale
And then I
Time,
bought the
brand new
updated
edition.
version.
And
Never
in
played it
particular,
once.
personally for me, Spearhead. It's such a great
Here it is.
game, and it's been so well received by everybody.
Hell yeah.
Right now, in all of my gaming groups. Yeah.
I've just come back from a weekend at a friend's where we played 10 games over a
Yes!
great format.
What's your spearhead of choice?
I don't have a single one. I have a few that I play. So I've just booked into an event actually where you can bring 5 different ones and play 5 games throughout the event, and then aggregate your scores. Yeah.
Wow, that's so dope.
Loads on the way for our other systems.
Yes.
Necromunda.
Yes.
5 Secundus took us underground with the terrifying Gene Stealer cult.
Nice.
Expect to see another faction release this year.
Nice.
Into the future, we'll be looking at other factions to add.
I'm so excited to do that.
The big news is Hivestorm,
Yep.
the new edition of Kill Team. We're looking forward to seeing people get hold of the new rules. Going into the new year, we'll continue to release kill teams and box sets to add more scenery and locations to your games.
That was not.
Plenty happening here. Before the end of 2024, you'll see new warbands being released. And in 2025, we'll continue to build up those factions.
Yes.
Warcry. We've just released Briar and Bone, which we know the community were waiting to get their hands on. Blood Bowl. This year has seen some great teams released, including our favourites, the Gnomes. Everybody loves a badger. We've also just revealed
The Gnomes are a good counter to Chaos Dwarves.
Good.
Plenty more in 2025. Well, we've got time for one more reveal, and it's something
shit.
very precious that I'm incredibly excited about.
I got duped. We got teasers mostly, but I also know that they're going to be like later talking more about it, hopefully this week, while we're launching some of that stuff. But I'm glad that at least they made the mention for Underworlds, because like this was the thing I was discussing earlier with everybody, was like, I'm actually like, I play Underworlds, and in the community that we have, like it got a little bit like askew because like nobody was hearing updates on it. They weren't really giving much for it, and like we were running a tournament for it at one point, and we got the community up, but when they got to the brothers, it just dropped and there was nothing. And you're just like, but I think, you know, the reveals from Blood Bowl, the plug that they had for Spearhead, and then they mentioned Kill Team and Underworlds, like those make me excited and happy. So like, I'm genuinely excited about that, you know, cause like it's been a minute, and you know, like the fact that they moved the needle on Underworlds again was like, oh, okay. So, but here comes my big, here's me playing devil's advocate, is the other part of saying, okay, you told us, but will we see more this weekend and get more reveals, or will we have to wait till the next quarter to see those reveals, which could also hurt or stagnate? I mean, you guys let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you feel this is okay and you're feeling the same way about Underworlds? Or are you generally conflicted about it and going like, I don't know, like they said that before? So going back to the main point, I'm actually genuinely excited to actually see these things go on, because let's just be honest here, we have a lot on the topics. We have Warhammer 40k. I still like to check out the universe because I'm actually looking into Combat Patrol, but right now my general focus on games is going into Kill Team, and also going into focusing on AOS's Spearhead for right now. But I also currently play Blood Bowl, and I want to get into Necromunda. There's a lot into there, and there's just like, this is, I felt like by kind of like documenting my own like advancement in my education of this, I'll be able to somehow help other players, you know, understand the game, become better at the game. But you know, generally, like I try to approach it as a point that I hope I'm generally informational to you guys, and like you guys generally have the same feedback, and I want to hear what you guys ever have to say while we're watching this together, because your general feedback is a great opinion. Like I hope you guys, you know, really interact with that part, because like that's the part where I enjoy, because the community really brings a lot into this. And if you don't, I'm gonna just generally act to talk about it because I love this. So you thought you won, but you didn't. Guys, thank you again. I appreciate you guys for being here. Please share your comments, your thoughts. I'd like to hear them all. This is just the first update. So ladies and gents, operatives all out there, you have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.